Might be too loud.
Just a tad.
All right. Welcome, baby.
Yes, sir.
To the Cypher, the Hyper, the Humbler podcast. I'm your host, baby.
Yeah.
And we back.
What y'all
Back
talking
in full
about?
effect.
Back with my co-host. Y'all
What y'all
already
talking
know what
about,
it
man?
is.
Now I could really just lean back.
Right?
Like
Lean
Yeah,
back.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I don't know if y'all noticed, but the surroundings is a little differential.
Just a tad.
You
You
know
know
what I
how we
mean?
do.
Hmm.
You know how
Special
we
things
do.
going on. Nothing too special just yet, but it's coming even more so. Anyway, how y'all boys been?
Man, it's been challenging, but it's been great.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You know what? I really started to experience where like I feel protected spiritually.
That's good.
Like I could feel God keeping things away from me,
That's good.
even though He's walking me through turmoil.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm seeing it, but it's not.
Affecting you like that.
It's not affecting me on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that ain't nobody but God, because usually I might be frustrated,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, not focused on things that, you know, might not be, like some of my creativity did go down, you know what I'm saying, because when you get in survival mode,
Mm-hmm. You in that mode.
yeah, you in that mode, you know what I mean, and you really just ain't got time to be, well, you do got time, but it's like, your mind can't think about it,
Not that
because
much
you're
at
thinking
all.
about
Survival.
what you gonna need,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
For the survival, exactly.
Hey, so to all my survivors, it taught me something too. It's hard to love somebody in survival mode.
Oh, snap. That's a good one right there.
Yeah,
Mm.
Be-
Hard to love someone in survival mode.
yeah, because that
It's a
person
topic.
could end up anywhere because they're going after the resource. So basically, like my day consists of one, me trying to find out how I'm going to eat today. Number two, how much money I can stack up today in regards to all the debt that I'm trying to minimize.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And then it's like wherever the resources are that I need, I'm going to them. So my day consists of me constantly moving.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with that person. So there's somebody that's out there. There's a male that's dealing with a female that he really, really likes. But she's so much in survival mode that whenever he seems to be out of resources, she's going to leave.
Yep.
Mm.
And she's going to go to the next spot, but then she'll return back to him.
Hmm.
Because she's in survival mode. Like, she like him, but she's in survival mode.
Right.
I've seen those females. I know a lot of them, especially from my generation.
Mm.
I feel like we breed in the culture of individuals and specifically females that are taught to love in the survival mode way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why a lot of my homegirls are like that.
Mm.
See, I grew up with a homie level friend.
Uh-huh.
That girl is sort of like a nigga in the
Right.
sense that she's kind of like what we saw tonight at
Right.
you know, uncle's girl birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
And those girls would talk about their mothers. Hey, don't let a man blah blah blah, whatever it is that she
Mhm.
felt like that she was being tormented by
Right. She
at
don't
that
want
time with the men of that generation.
Mm.
So she taught her daughter to never depend on a man, right?
Right.
And then now that girl, who the girls that I grew up, you know, dated and hung
Mhm.
around with, you know, they get out there hustling too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
Not
dope-
only
dope.
just and not only hustling, using the seductive qualities
That's
that
what I was
they
about to get
have
to.
to
Yep.
take advantage of men that will allow themselves to be taken advantage of.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
Like that's part of the hustle and the survival.
No, that's
strippers
it.
and the-
That's it.
yeah.
Yep, man.
Agreed.
Nail on the coffin, bro. Yeah, you gotta be very careful. And it go on the other
No,
side with men.
Man,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like I said, what was another part? I was like, I ain't never did this,
Right.
but I could see being down bad, where it's like you making certain decisions and really being selfish with it, or you know what I'm saying, not caring who you hurt, or you know what I'm saying, doing whatever for money.
Oh,
type
it's
of
easy.
situation.
It's easy.
Cause it's like, bro, like
It's easy. I've done stuff to niggas, put niggas in situations where I knew where I was gonna be able to get them and all type of stuff just because I was living day to day.
that's what I'm saying, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That hunger, sleeping on that, whatever you sleeping on that is not a bed. Killing your neck and your back,
Yeah, man.
nigga.
I know niggas that, you know what I'm saying, we knew the
Niggas
nigga
not
needed
barely-
clothes and stuff like that because
Yeah.
the nigga, he was sleeping outside, but he thought ain't nobody knew, you know what I'm saying? But he talking about survival mode, and they talking about trying to get him to stay at school. Like, bro,
I'm telling
that
you,
boy out of there.
Facts. Ain't no way.
Ain't no way. For what?
Ain't no way.
He trying to eat today.
Right.
Which he probably could. Nope. Somebody got signed him up for the free lunch. You know what I'm saying? And there ain't no telling how that was going, but yeah. It's crazy.
there's got to be a solution or something to that particular ailment.
The answer, people are not ready for.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm telling you, because that requires
That's a good statement right there.
Yeah, it requires some really inner
Soul searching. Deeper, probably deeper
soul
in that.
delivering.
Well, this is a
Delivering, there it
question to
is.
go off of it. How do you love someone who is in survival mode when you don't know that life? And is
That's
it
tough.
possible? Is it possible to love someone out of that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's possible.
It's definitely possible.
You gotta be a hell of a giver, but it's possible.
But he asked it in a specific way for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
He said, how did you put it? You said, can you, when you don't know about it,
When you don't know about it.
that changes everything because now you're blind that the person is actually operating.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be actually in love with them, but you won't be getting the love back that you actually need all the time.
And you won't understand why your love language isn't being reciprocated.
Which can lead to you looking for a lot of validation out of that person. You might end up, 9 times out of 10, you're the person trying to keep the relationship up. Because they're willing to let it go at any time that they're not getting what they want. They're not getting it.
Yeah.
So it could just be whatever it is they're using you for. It could be something simple, especially with a
Could.
female.
It
Yeah.
could.
It could be the littlest thing.
Yep.
And then once that is over with, or if it ain't that, then it's like, she's like, why we
here?
conversating for it?
Right.
This as far as this goes.
Mhm.
And, you know, that's a lot of ego and pride operating
Man,
at that
a lot of
moment.
it.
So that's why I say we're not ready for the true answer because that requires a lot of purification,
Mm-hmm.
which requires a lot of self-reflection and then a lot of repentance for a lot of things and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not repentance, but forgiveness as far as what you would like and all that. But,
Right.
man, look.
But yeah, and I feel like in terms of loving yourself, it's important to be able to identify when somebody is loving out of the survival mode, if at all. Or, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah, sometimes
it may not be love
perception.
at all, you know what I'm saying? But, like, just to know that, because you got to protect yourself at the same time in that situation. And when you in love or when you trying to have some type of unconditional love, you putting yourself, I want to say at risk, but you're vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? You put
Right.
Well,
yourself
you're gonna
in a
be
very
tested
vulnerable
and
position.
see. Okay, so this is what happens in that. You're gonna get exposed of whether or not you are actually operating in what you think you're operating in. You say unconditional.
Right.
You're gonna find out if it's unconditional or not.
Yep.
Because if it's truly unconditional, you put that person in a free range to actually use you even more. Because you're being unconditional, right? So that means no matter what they do, you're gonna help them,
Exactly.
and they'll still be operating. That's why the Bible says, "Pray for those that despitefully use you." Because he's telling you, you have to still operate in that light, regardless of the darkness that they're walking in.
Right.
Because the thing is, God is not mocked. For whatever man soweth, so shall he reap. He who sow into the flesh shall reap corruption, and he into the spirit everlasting life. So that means when you are in situations like that, you're going to have to either choose darkness or light. And a lot of times we're teaching each other to respond in darkness, not understanding that the results of that is going to be that we also might have to reap the repercussions of what they will reap. It's the same thing as when somebody is doing something wrong and you're helping them. You're just as guilty as they are. That's why I ask people, be careful when somebody is lying and you agree to it, because are you willing to be a partaker of their you know what I'm saying, consequences of what they're choosing to do? And you have to really decide whether or not you're gonna choose what's right or not at that situation, and understand that and also when it says sow into the flesh shall reap corruption, the corruption is that overtakes you. So a person becomes a wino. You know what I'm saying? They become addicted to liquor, or they become addicted to drugs. The flesh, now the corruption is the thing that they're doing. Right. So they become worse at it, and then that is the thing that says it has to be judged.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why it says don't consider your youth and then say, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to just go have a merry good time and don't consider the day.
Yeah.
Because it says now that action has to be judged.
Yeah.
Right.
It's going to be judged at some point.
Has to be some type of repercussion.
Hey, buddy, it's real out here.
The laws of physics. But that's why I brought it up the way that I did. 'Cause
I heard you.
and it's about, and it, you know, like for everything that you just said after that, that's why it's also important for you to have awareness that exists.
That's true.
Because when you operating unconditionally in your love and you doing these things for this person and you recognizing that you're being used, you gotta unconditionally love yourself enough as well to be able to recognize when it may be too much or too advantageous in one direction or too toxic for you to maintain just because you want to love someone unconditionally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Come on, man.
too much dark energy over there for you to be playing around at a certain point.
Exactly. That's why it is better, even though they're not promoting divorce, it says that if for the sake of peace, it is better for us to not be with each other just for the sake of peace, then let that be. Because that is the greater good for both of us, that we can maintain our lives and sustain them.
Right.
Than rather be with each other and about to kill each other.
Exactly.
Unless you can be humble and overcome that.
Unless you can be humble.
That's love.
Right.
If you can learn and do that. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Conversation.
You know?
I like how we veered into what we did.
Yes, sir.
But I guess I think the next topic we're gonna get into should be what you was talking about earlier, because you've been dealing with coaching recently.
On to mentorship and teaching and being a leader and
Not enough mentorship.
That's what you
No,
said.
I'm saying,
you
like,
did say we don't
so
have enough mentors.
that in the coaching like of this generation, it's not enough mentors.
So you just saying as far as sports?
I think in general.
In general. It's not enough.
Right, I think it is. I think the mentorship has shifted over to social media.
Mm.
Cause now I can make a video and I can say something truthful, and that touch a kid's life from the phone.
True. That is true.
But where you can be true with that at is that one-on-one interaction.
It's not enough one-on-one.
There you go.
Yeah.
I agree with that now.
It's not enough one-on-one, and it shows in the frustration and how they deal with adversity in basketball.
Yeah, I think we and it's just my perspective. I'm not gonna take it as like just absolute truth, but it is a factor in the equation that there's one generation that goes through the struggle. That person makes it. That next generation have a better life, maybe than that.
Right, the previous, right.
And then he has kids. And that child is very, very well off and has no idea what two generations had come out of.
Mm-hmm.
And when we get to that third generation, they don't have a sense of the urgency that those other two had.
Right.
Because things were just a little bit more easier as far as like how they could make it. Now, for the good parent that's able to still teach their children what is being lost in that understanding, then I think that they do really good. But most often, they don't get to see it. So you start dealing with them, and then when they start seeing adversity, because they've been hidden away from it, they don't know how to deal with it. That's why I've been trying to tell a lot of people we have to teach young males how to control their emotions.
Yeah, you got to be,
because actually becoming a man is learning how to manage your emotions.
How to manage your emotions. It's a sound mind thing. Yeah. But in the realm of coaching with not enough mentors, it's just like the urgency that and there's a detriment to social media because of the evolution of basketball now.
Right.
And like me, I'm mainly fundamental. I'm trying to teach you the skills of the game, how to manipulate the game into your favor to get easy shots. And it's the comprehension level is not there.
I think that plays into my little note that I wanted to talk about in that. Like, I think sticking to just mentorship in general and education as a whole, I think there's an evolution in education that's happening that needs to happen.
For sure.
But like the issue with traditional teaching, I feel like, was you had a teacher talking at a broad swath of individuals that all don't learn necessarily the same. You're teaching straight from a textbook and not necessarily breaking it down in ways that they can understand. And so everybody's not comprehending properly in that particular space.
Right.
Then you add the new layer of the evolution that makes it a little better, where you can go and do your own research. You have YouTube, you have social media, but you're even further away from the type of reactive education, the reactive type of teaching, the type of reaffirming that needs to be there, because you've got that, it's up to you to really find out every answer and find out, or even try to prove yourself wrong, or try to test yourself on the equation that you may have just learned. Whereas having an actual teacher there to do that for you or good teachers that can do that,
right,
breaking whatever it is that you did learn, whatever information you have grasped, and then being able to put that in form for you and put it in motion, put it in action, so that it's easier for you to understand per basis of whatever the situation is that occurs. You have that less because you've got the digital space being the barrier for that. You have teachers who are even worse than they've ever been.
Man, these teachers are so lazy.
Textbooks that are out of date.
Super out of date.
You know what I'm saying?
10 years old.
And curriculums that are just too slow in terms of how they adapt to the changes that are happening currently.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So those are all hurdles that exist in education and mentorship.
Right.
I feel like. And so while we do have more access in more areas, like you said, it's less one-on-one, less real actual
teaching, bro. Breaking it down for them.
But that's why they got Coach AJ, man.
I mean, true. Somebody got to bear the burden.
That's
Straight
right.
up. It
Somebody
just
gotta
happens to
bear the
be a
Hey,
little harder.
hey, you the one got called to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I tell you, you gotta learn how to take these situations as a way to enhance wisdom for yourself. So, like what I would do with y'all when y'all was younger, like y'all had little moments where y'all challenged me, and then I'll just think of a way to get you to understand some type of way.
Yeah. It was a lot of times you like.
But I'm looking at it and I'm trying to see, okay, why is this happening? I started questioning. Like, why did that child respond like that? Like, why AJ looking like that? You know, you'd be sitting over there just looking a certain way, and then I started realizing, oh, okay, he's upset about blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And it just started giving me more wisdom, and I started being able to see it in my own kids. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So you would just get more wisdom in it if you embrace the situation and see how you can overcome it. Or you can just give up.
I can't give up, man. I don't care how hard it is. It's frustrating as hell. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not gonna give up. I think I have to be as detailed as I am. I have to stay with that. I kind of put it, you know what I'm saying, try to give them a little maturity level for them. Like, hey, you can, learn how to orchestrate. Yeah, you did good last game. Yeah, and then it's in one ear and out the other. So I have to have the standard every time, no let up.
How do we get to teach kids how to be winners but stay humble?
It has to be taught early.
The humility?
Because I've seen some teams today, 3rd grade, 4th grade, talking, pointing. They're playing man defense, zone defense, pressing up, double teaming, doing pivot work. I'm like, bro, what?
Yes.
But like you said, the inner city kids don't get that work.
That's right.
And they missed that with the gap year of 2020. Like that's been a barrier in my mind. So it's just like, you got to stay with your fundamentals because they still don't know it. As much as they hoop, as much as they work out with you, they still don't have enough game time to where it's a second nature thing.
Mm-hmm.
To answer your question, I think it's like they work when they let me get it straight. It's more like cocky instead of confident.
Trying to get somewhere, right?
And
I got it.
Like when you ask the question, how do you get them to be humble and play winning basketball? Is that what you
be winners?
And be winners
and be humble, right?
It's about understanding that real winners, the thing that you see oozing, the aura that you see coming out of a real winner is confidence. And it, don't get me wrong, it gets hard the more success that you have to keep the separation between confidence and overconfidence and cockiness clear. Even when you're at the height of humility and success. To me, Steph Curry is a perfect example. Like, he's a humble guy, but he's just so good. He's had so much, all of the stuff that he knew in his head that he kept on the low, and just kept grinding, it all came to fruition. Now it's there for everyone to see and talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And guarantee he had that in his head, because it's a confidence level that gets you to that point in the first place. But once you get all of those things off of that confidence that you had, cockiness starts to bleed into that confidence, right?
Right.
And I think especially for youth at 16, 17, 15, you know what I'm saying?
It's hard.
You are so blind to the idea that those two things are even separate.
Right.
That you adopt cockiness as a mask.
Way to be confident.
As a mask to hide the fact that you lack the real confidence that you desire to have.
Right.
And the only way to get that confidence is to put the work in.
That's
be
it.
humble about it, because if you're not, you're going to at some point think you too good to keep putting the work in.
At some point.
So the realization of the difference between the two has to be imparted in them from the get-go first and foremost. And they got to really realize what it means to be confident versus cocky. And that's why I don't think talking shit in the middle of the game just because you happen to be doing well at the moment is confidence. That's you being overconfident because the moment at the time presents itself for you to be so.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show how confident I was this entire game when the results are in. Right?
Right.
That's what I see in terms of the true issue is for any individual, pros all the way down to the youth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's one of the reasons why I admire Floyd Mayweather, because for him, it definitely bleeds, but when you see the work that he does, it's like, well, damn.
Right.
Like he cocky, but it's like there's so much confidence warranted there. He never lets whatever appears to be cocky prevent him from doing what he needs to do humbly. And that's putting in the work. That's showing up. That's waking up. That's doing more than your opponent. He never, ever disrespects his opponent in terms of taking them lightly. He may do it on the camera, but he never has ever taken the opponent lightly.
Mm.
And that's important for youth to see, because they see the money, they see the chains, they see all that came because of the confidence and the humility putting in the work behind the scenes. And they don't recognize that it's only warranted at that point because of the exceedingly high level of work that he puts in and continues to put in to be able to maintain that status.
Yeah, man, all they watch is highlights.
Because at the end of the day, if you're going to talk, you got to back it up.
You got to back it up, bro.
You got to back it up. That's why a dude saying something against LeBron James
backfired
from Golden State, I said
backfired. Dylan Brooks backfired.
No, talking about what's the name from Golden State?
Yeah.
Who said something?
Said
about
LeBron was capping.
Said he was capping about the flopping.
Who said that?
Some third stringer.
And posted
For
it
real?
on Instagram. Put a cap on LeBron James' head.
Yeah.
Wow. See?
And
That's
you
why
talking
gotta own
stuff
up
for
out of there,
somebody
Warriors.
else. You talking stuff for somebody else.
Stop it.
Like, AJ finna go ahead and kill it, bro. What you talking about? Go ahead, AJ.
Like, nah, nigga, I'm about to fight you now.
Man.
That's what women do to you.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend do that to you.
All day.
My
I got a
boyfriend.
nigga that beat your ass.
Pull up, be like, I don't know what she talking about.
Can I buy you a drink?
Get your ass in the car. Why you messing with these good people?
Why you messing with these good people? What's the next topic, man?
Oh, shit. You know what? Thundercats.
Thundercats.
Oh! Explain to the good people, because me and AJ personally just found out.
Just found out the hot news.
The Thundercats. Now, the Thundercats usually be the young whippersnappers, but I say it's the older ladies that's still out here thundering the block with their clappers.
With the clappers.
With the clappers.
With the clappers.
That's the clean version, you know what I mean? But yes, Thundercats.
Man, so okay, let me be even more interesting about this. How can one
he's
spot,
dealing with a Thundercat?
Yeah, how can one spot that they're in the vicinity of a Thundercat?
Okay.
Well,
for one, she might be trying to act younger than what she is.
Okay.
oh.
Okay.
And all means just with dancing though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
we know
for sure,
ladies
yeah.
love dancing.
Yeah.
So don't mistake it for that. But other characteristics that just seem like she's trying to be young, yeah, that might be a clue. But it's just mainly that she just still out there though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like she just really still out there.
Okay, so what's the difference between a cougar and a Thundercat?
A cougar, she might mess with younger guys, but she might not mess with all the younger guys.
Okay.
Where a Thundercat is
Messing
out there.
with the younger guys.
yeah.
Okay. Thundercat.
The Thundercat is with it.
Dang.
Big strike.
Oh! That's what.
That's stupid. Thundercats. Like talking about a boy being there with a sword.
Yeah.
And be looking into it, you know, like the sword that go around your eyes, right?
Yeah.
And the dude, he could see like where the enemy was. He could just look in time and see what's going on. She just gonna be in there looking at you, knowing everything. You like what your weakness is, boy, about to get you.
So one of the strengths of a Thundercat is not only is she going relentlessly,
But she know how to get you.
Sword of omens, give me sight beyond
And
sight.
she's still bad now.
she's still bad.
She's still bad.
So she's not looking like she's older like that.
But well, you might have some that's in between her like that,
yeah.
but most of them, you know, they still, you
man.
know, you might like her, you know.
Oh man, and she know exactly what
She
to
know
do.
what to do.
She got the bread to make it happen too.
Yep, some of them do. Yep.
Whoa.
Right?
Oh,
Boy, y'all might want to leave her alone.
Okay. So, what is the danger?
Right. Please let me know
The danger of the
Thundercat.
Thundercat. Well, it all depends, because if you're in for the fun and games, you might have all the fun you want.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? You might have all the fun you want, but if you're not,
It can be detrimental.
well, it depends, because all Thundercats are not the same.
Right.
Oh, okay. So you've got your Korean Thundercat. You've got your sub-Saharan African Thundercat.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
okay. Well, the Thundercats that I've met,
Go crazy.
they were cool though. You know what I mean? But it's just like it's a little bit of like just kind of playing around too much though. It's the once you get to know them, they begin to start kind of like they come and they go. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's nothing really serious. For the guy that's like just want the female and like, you know, he just want to hang
settle
out with
down.
her. Yeah, you know, no, not even no
he just
settle
wanna
down
chill,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, they just on some, they just really banging one another.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just like that. Like it's only that's it.
I mean, I'm waiting to hear the dangers.
I mean, the day, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, because it's like, at the end of the day, for a male, he gonna love the Thundercat.
Right.
Most males gonna love the Thundercat. You know
That's
what I'm
what's
saying?
hot.
But my thing is, like, With a Thundercat though, you might have to pay to keep her around if you a silly one. Because with her, you dealing with her like that, she might just pop up every now and then, want a little money from you or something like that. Because y'all kicking with each other like that.
Thundercats want money?
I mean, it makes sense.
Some of them, yeah, some of them, some of them ain't on that. You know what I mean? I take that back. You got some, nigga, that's all the way it's going down. Because they need something back in return. They ain't going like that.
That's one of them Lion-O type joints.
Yeah, right, for sure.
That's why I say it's different. It's different ones. It's just that I think, like, they'll be having multiple dudes.
That's where it's crazy.
Yeah, because, like,
But of course.
Like, rolled up on her, and she got one guy doing one thing. Okay, it's that old lady from back in the days that had the guy with the pipe.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? This other guy does blah, blah, blah. That's the Thunder.
Okay.
She most likely could be a Thundercat. You know what I'm saying?
It's like a cross of Thundercats and He-Man. She's trying to be a master of the universe.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, she's creating her own network because really just settling for one man might not be.
Well, she been down that road.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
That shit on her Thundercat mode.
Man.
But she been in a Thundercat mode.
Oh, that's another thing.
Yeah.
So, cougars can only become a cougar, you know what I'm saying, at a certain age. But Thundercats don't necessarily become Thundercats younger, but they show earlier.
I don't know a Thundercat that starts late.
Oh, checkmate.
Oh!
Checkmate.
Oh!
Checkmate.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Hey, Jaguar Panther.
Hey, cause look,
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, cause some of these niggas is Thundercats too.
Okay.
Oh,
That's a fact.
That's
Hey,
a switch right there.
they can call them Thundercats too. You know what I'm
Thunderdog.
saying? Thunderdog. Thunderdog. That nigga is a Thunderdog. Cause it's some niggas, like, I got some homegirls tell me some stories about some of these niggas out here. Yeah, I'm telling you, these niggas out here on some other stuff.
I ain't surprised.
I ain't even know what's possible.
Of course not.
Niggas
Why would you be surprised?
Yeah, nigga is bent over with his legs up to get his.
Yo, that's a Thunderdog.
That's a
Thundercat.
That's a Thunderdog.
That's it right there, man.
That nigga's a Thunderdog.
Man.
That's it right there.
He is a Thunderdog.
Crazy, man. It's a jungle sometimes.
It's a jungle
It
out
makes
there.
me
So
wonder how I
imagine when the
keep going
Thundercat and the Thunderdog meet.
under. Oh, shit.
It can last for a long time. As long as she's getting what she's getting, he's getting what he's getting.
Exactly.
Yo.
It might turn into a relationship.
It might.
We don't know.
Yo.
I'm just saying, man.
Yo.
The Thundercats are out there.
That is special right there. That took us over the top right there. I love
Hey,
that.
man. Hey, look.
Oh my gosh. That was fucking amazing.
Cougars are better.
Cougars are better than the Thundercats.
Yes.
I can
Yes,
understand.
Cougars, you still got a chance.
Yeah. It seemed like Cougars are like.
Cougars could still be mothers that may have raised their kids.
That's what I'm about to
You
say.
know what
It
I'm
seemed
saying?
like-
Cougars close to sugar mamas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
A
Cougars.
cougar can be a sugar mama as well at the same time.
Yeah.
Because a sugar mama is just a older lady that gives you money
Yeah.
to be with her, basically.
But so Cougars are more
I never
like
had a
house
sugar mama.
cats. Compared to the
Pretty much, yeah.
like a Thundercat is one of them wild felines.
She belongs to the
out
streets.
there.
Bobcat.
Yeah,
She belongs to
type
the
joint. To the mountain type joint. And then the Cougar's more of a,
But she a hustler, though. But Thundercat is a hustler.
Straight.
Okay.
Because she got to get it out the mud.
She got to get it out the mud.
Straight up.
Thundercat is a hustler, boy. Hey, she talk you out of it, boy. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Hey, Thundercats is real, boy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yell at you from the parking lot.
I seen a couple of them, James.
Hey, say, son, come here.
Up at the airport.
Don't confuse it with the $40 joints, though. That's
totally separate.
That's a whole nother name. They look close though, but it's different. You know what I'm saying?
What age group? Well, we said it started early. That's what we said.
It started early. So when
They don't
does
fully
a
develop.
woman become a grown woman?
It's like a baby Thundercat and then turns into a full.
So we say 35 and up.
I would say so.
No, because we talked about messing with older women. Then he jumped to 50, and then that's where he started talking about the Thundercats.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I didn't talk to a woman that was 50 years old. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I was like 30 something at the time though.
No, okay.
I think it matters on age difference too. Like if
Absolutely.
if you 40 something and the age difference is big enough, you could be considered that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But
okay. So pushing double digits.
But like
that's what
you
we saying?
guaranteed like ironclad Thundercat in the 50s. You know what I'm saying?
Thundercat.
Ironclad Thundercat.
Ironclad Thundercat.
Man, she is bad. I could draw that character right now.
We
Talking
gotta
about
have a
double-edged
logo for
sword.
Oh!
I'm looking for.
Man, that's dumb.
Nah, stay away
bro.
from Thundercat, man. Stay away from
Dang.
Thundercat.
Man,
It's not no good for the soul, man.
I'm not that, bro.
I just want to have some fun.
Hey, you better wear a condom.
Always.
All right, let me see what we got, man. Oh, shout out to Jamie Foxx, man.
Hey, yeah, man.
Oh.
Jamie
Yeah, man.
Foxx
Okay,
is
so
doing
I
well.
still don't know the whole thing.
I don't even want to know it.
Why
Don't
not?
nobody really know.
Well, I want to know when I pray.
Oh no, so Jamie out the hospital per his daughter. You know, I was kind of checking the daughter page just to see what's up because I don't know her that personally, but I know her a little bit, so I know she. You know what I'm saying? We gonna find out somewhere in that from that form. So we found out recently from her that he was doing well and he had been out the hospital, but. I want to say in the midst of him having been out the hospital or getting out the hospital, you had Facebook, Twitter, and a couple of other places circulating some fake news talking about he was preparing for
That's
the worst.
why I didn't. When I read stuff, I was like,
That's why I went to the daughter's page because I'm like, that's
More
right there.
legit
Yeah, you know
get,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, if anything, we going to find out from there before we find out from the Daily
Unless
Nugget.
they didn't hack her.
Right.
Too.
Yeah, so shout out to him for making it out that thing. We was praying for you, bro. You keep recovering.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Straight
Absolutely.
up, bro.
For sure.
I don't care
Blessings and light.
who it is.
Man, for real. I didn't want to see her
Get
lose
healing.
her father, man. That they got a good relationship. She's just starting. He's supporting
And
her
not
so
only
much.
that, he still got a whole nother 40 or 50 years
yeah,
he
he
can live.
do. He like, yeah, man, that guy.
Another
He
30,
still got to
40,
get
50
into
years.
his Samuel L. Jackson, Morgan
Man,
Freeman bag.
Bill
I want to
Cosby.
see old
Wait,
Jamie
hold on.
getting wild. You know?
Already.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, talk. He's due for another movie too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Another classic. So yeah, we hoping the family
Speedy
and everybody.
recovery, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson, that's old news, but it happened. Them boys got let go from their networks.
Oh yeah?
Tucker Carlson, you know who that nigga is, right?
Yeah.
He got let go that morning, and by the afternoon, Don Lemon got let go by CNN.
Why?
Damn.
I don't know what happened per se. All I can speculate for the white guy, I'm just playing, for Tucker, is that Fox is going through that Supreme Court situation, and he was one of the main talking heads. If somebody's gonna take a fall, it's gonna be the nigga they was feeding most of the bullshit to. So there it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's that. I also say he was a little too white for Fox in this new political environment, and Don Lemon was a little too black for CNN in this new political environment.
And
That's-
so what's
so
with
Don
Don?
Lemon's situation, they claim that it was because on one of his pieces where he was talking with a group of women, they brought up a woman and he said something about, well, she's not in her prime as a woman. And then they was like, what does that got to do with anything? And he was just like, I'm just saying, this is what they say in terms of when a woman's in her prime. And apparently that didn't go over well.
Right.
That's it.
I doubt that was it. But
All right,
that's what
they
they
got to
say.
be more than
But
that.
that's what they say. You know what I'm saying?
They got it. I hope so.
I mean, and they didn't.
I hope it's not that petty.
They didn't even really.
Me too, man. Me too.
When it happened, when we found out, is when he found out
Mm-hmm.
that he was let go. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't all done formally. So supposedly,
Yeah.
it was wild. But I think it was a move by the big media companies.
Absolutely.
To, you know, different type of flex.
Yeah, they got to clear some things out real quick.
Yeah, they gotta change it.
I think the narrative is being changed.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Because when you kick those two guys out, that means we're going after a different image.
Heck yeah.
So I'm wondering to see who we got next.
Man.
That's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting.
It's
Who they had backing them up? They put a comedian on there like they usually do?
I don't know. I don't be checking that network, them networks like that.
I know. I mean,
Till they got
I
some good-
go through them every now and then.
I watch
to
them.
see.
The thing is, it's just like with this pod. Like, we get here sometimes, and I'm like, "What we gonna talk about today? Like, what happened?" You be looking, and it's like, "Damn, it was dry." You know what I'm saying?
You know what? It's
And they
really
be
a
on that
lot, but it's a lot of what we hear so much, we just numb to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Arsenal
like,
the
it's so
bombing.
much little stuff we can really get into.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Well, but that's my point. Is like, we're only going maybe like once every week. You know what I'm saying? Every other week at this moment. And then when we do go once a week, you know, like we definitely can. It's no problem.
right,
We can
exactly.
get some topics in and talk for an hour easy. But for the news, talking for 8 hours a day, 20, more than that, 24 hours
Know what I'm
a day,
saying.
every day, them niggas run out of shit to talk about.
Exactly.
Especially when you only talking about specific shit and trying to keep niggas from hearing about other shit.
Know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of shit to be
Exactly
talked
what
about.
I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? It's
It's
shit
just
going
the
on
same old
C-SPAN
stuff.
every
Yeah,
day,
it's
but they
same
keep
old stuff.
recycling. So I'll go and watch that shit from some time to time when it seemed like, oh, sound like some good topics is coming up this time around.
But
You
it's
know what
really
I'm
the
saying?
same stuff.
I mean,
Right.
sometimes
That's
it's
what I'm
not,
saying.
but yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot, but you just become so numb to it because it's like it's the same old stuff over
Well,
and over.
like
and over
I'm saying,
and over.
but that's why I'm on business news right now, cause business news is that shit.
Oh wait, that always gonna change. There's always gonna
Yeah.
be something new with that.
Because it's like, and everything that happens politically drives something in the business world or economically. You know what I'm saying?
They definitely go hand in hand.
So I don't have to hear the fucking political news every day because they're gonna give me the important bits that's gonna affect the market, economics, jobs, all of that stuff
That's all
on the
everybody-
business news side of things. So it's really no reason for me to watch CNN except just to know what their take in terms of narratively is. You know what I'm saying? Like what side are they taking on what I know from a business standpoint, objectively, no Republicanism, no Democratic color over it, where it's just like cut and dry. This is what's affecting the budget. This is what's going to affect jobs. This is what's going to affect prices. And then I go to CNN to see how they take that data and spin it for their narrative, or Fox and see how they take that data and try to rally their troops with that type of narrative. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I mean, and it's funny because there's always truth in it, but it's like, it's always something left out so that you could have this particular point of view. You know, the argument is never fully present there.
That's why I be trying to say when people use facts sometimes. 'Cause I'm like, I gotta know that sometimes some of these facts, you know what I'm saying, are manipulated in a certain way.
Yep.
That's just like when when LeBron was passing up Kareem. Do you know he passed him up way before then?
Really?
Yes, they only counted certain points to make it at a certain time. Or when we celebrated it. Go look it up.
Really?
Yes, he had already been past it.
Damn.
If you actually counted up everything, it was like they were not including certain things, so they manipulated the facts so that we could celebrate it.
What, including not including the playoffs numbers?
It was something like that. It was something to that extent.
Mm.
I don't know exactly like what they actually used. Everything I saw it, but I didn't memorize it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, because I actually picked it up from somebody else that shared it on social media. So I went and looked at it. And I was like, they not lying. Like, wow. So they can easily take some factors and manipulate it in a way to whatever narrative they want to display. Right. Yeah.
So let's save the in-depth basketball analysis for Balling Out Loud.
Yeah, we're going to do that tomorrow.
We are going to go crazy.
And we got to do that before the Lakers game.
Yeah,
but
it's Lakers game Tuesday.
Tuesday. I know, that's what I'm saying.
But we do have to discuss the NBA.
We do.
We don't have to do it too. Let's do it as fans that don't know as much. You know what I'm saying?
Huh? We get y'all boys on board on what's really going on.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot has changed from our last couple of pods. I still got to put those up. But a lot has changed from the first couple of pods. Great. I think the last time we spoke, we was
happy about the play-in or something?
No, we had just got through round. I think we was talking about if we could beat Memphis.
Oh, so we just got out the play-in.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. And so now we beat Memphis as the Lakers. Really, this is a Lakers pod. Fuck what you're up talking about. Hey.
From this point on.
But, hey.
Yeah.
But we beat Memphis. I think, first of all, that's one thing to talk about. And then we got Golden State, and we beat them.
The reigning champions. Just want to put that out there.
Man.
Put some respect. I want my respect.
That's enough right there. First,
J-Mar want his respect.
Oh, okay. That's
LP want his respect.
I'll take that.
And the humbler want they damn respect too.
We'll take that for sure because we was behind the guys. But let's talk about this defense that we seeing, bro. We're not going to get too crazy, but
coverage.
It's great help. Those weak sides,
yeah.
Those weak side helps on those low bouts.
It's the weak side coverage that's been winning it.
Man.
Because every time they get them, see, AD is a major problem because he got the strong arm of the law. The strong arm of the law.
Yes.
Anytime somebody could have 1 foot in the paint and you getting ready to shoot a jumper and he could come up and that long arm is up there to the point where you actually, I was looking, I was like, he's actually distracting a jump shot.
Yes. Yes. I mean, I saw it in Memphis. It was like you couldn't do nothing on the inside with AD being there, bro. And the fact is, AD getting 26 blocks in more than that, 28 in the series of the Memphis series. It's like you pay so much attention to his defensive presence. You forget a former defensive MVP is also on the floor.
Right.
LeBron James.
Exactly. So that's
and
why
that
the weak
makes
side
it even more dangerous.
And that's the point I was getting to. Because AD coming out, so they're minimizing the 3-point to the mid range.
Right.
But Golden State is better when they extend it from the deep 3 to the goal.
True.
So AD makes it where they got to push that back some.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So now we mid range.
I was about to say they don't take enough mid range shots. I was just about to say that.
But they were trying to do that.
Most teams in the NBA don't.
They don't. It's all because of the Warriors.
Hey man, and then they were still smart enough to make certain passes, but it's like whenever they try to get it across,
it was a wrap. Going across, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. But I'm excited, man. This is tailor made. You know, the fact of the Lakers are just the second team since the ABA and NBA merged to ever go to the Western Conference Final as a 7th seed.
Yeah. I've seen it.
LeBron is just notching shit at this point, bro. Just notching.
Every time he hop on the court.
Every time.
Yeah.
But no, he's at that point where it's like, whatever he do, he's gonna end up breaking something.
Something.
He
At this point,
he like Curry breaking his own records.
No.
Breaking his own records, man.
hey,
Create
2
new
legends,
records.
man. We got to watch 2.
That was a great series, bro.
Hey, y'all seen basketball at its finest?
Bro, for 10 years almost.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
being able to
almost.
see them in the finals, those years, I mean, even the Spurs basketball,
was nice.
That was some of the best basketball.
Oh,
that
no,
was
man.
around.
Hey, nobody didn't know so much what to do with their offense at that time.
I mean,
because between Parker and Ginobili, it was hard because Ginobili, and see, that's why they were so successful, because he knew when to cut in and he knew when to take the 3.
And he was a lefty.
And he was doing spectacular shots and everything, man. Shout out to Ginobili, man. Like, nobody talk about Ginobili and Parker. Them boys was some.
Whole squad nasty,
Hey, boy, stop playing.
for real. And they just so happen to have a baby called Kawhi.
Oh, in my in my conquest to talk about Steph Curry being the best point guard, I forgot about Tony.
Well, there's a lot of debates I've been hearing with the Tony thing.
Hey, I mean, it's a good debate. He got more
the
championships.
records.
He got more
the stats.
championships.
No, he don't.
Nick Curry, he got 5.
No, he don't.
He don't.
Yeah. Don't.
That's right. He only got 3. Oh, nope. He don't qualify.
Boom. I'm about to say now you done dubbed this man greatest point, and people have been saying it
Since I said something.
since you said something. It's on all the little podcasts, all the little medias. I'm like, bro, really?
You know that's because what's the name is on his way out.
LeBron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen anybody that's promising to carry the NBA for the next 20 years.
Right.
So we only got like somebody like Steph Curry.
And he's just a temporary placeholder.
And I don't, because he only got so many years left, right?
Exactly.
So that means we still got some more time to wait on the next Michael Jordan, LeBron,
Right.
etc.
Right.
What you about to say?
Who is y'all top 5 point guards? Because I wanna get to a thing that me and L touched on a while, because it's just like I'm what you call a true point guard. I really don't need to score. I don't need to have a points game to really affect the game and get a win.
Okay, so like,
I can really facilitate almost all game, get some assists, get some pass to assist, and really win the game and have like 8 points.
right.
So in my
But
perspective,
when your team
needs it,
can you do it?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely understand what you're
points.
saying.
Now,
You know
how
what I
many
mean?
point guards have we had that had what you're saying and what he's saying?
Because I feel like you got to. You know what I'm saying?
Only other ones I can really think of,
It's 2
Isaiah Thomas
and Magic.
and Magic, and then Steph Curry. After that,
Tough.
it gets tough. My mind starts to go into Wonderland,
I mean, Chris Paul is somewhere close to 6.
but he has
to
no
me.
championship.
He got no
Everybody else you about to mention probably do not have a championship.
but we just talking about those things before we talked about championships. You know,
Right.
those attributes. If we're talking about those attributes consistently over
Attributes
a long period
only?
of time. Yeah, those
Yeah,
particular. That's what he just said. He didn't
I
say
was just
championships
saying. I
yet.
was just saying for the aspect of the skill set of a point guard.
Yeah. Like
So you
just
trying to narrow it down just to that.
Yeah. Because
Man, you put so many other
can't
players in the equation now
Yeah.
by saying that.
I know.
Because you
That's
can't.
what I was saying. Like,
That's almost like sinners saying like, all right.
But you
All
said
scoring aside, who's the most rebounds and blocks
Yeah.
and picks. You know what I'm saying? Like all that other stuff aside, passing and scoring.
It's like you can't take the scoring out of it.
You can't take that away. If he happens to have that as an attribute, that just makes him better than the competition.
Well, see, you're trying to keep the traditional point guard. Well, let me ask you this. How much did... Yeah, okay, so is Magic the ultimate pure point guard to you?
To me, yes, but I understand why people would put Curry there. I definitely understand why, because that level of change in basketball hasn't been done since Magic.
Yeah, I mean, because like
Point guard wise, for
point
sure.
guards back then, they definitely averaged 10 assists. Right? So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for the
Close
pure
to it anyway.
point guard. Would you say Westbrook is a pure point guard?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I match him up against somebody like Stockton, would you say Stockton is a better point guard than Russell? How about Kevin used to play for the Suns. I can't think of his name.
I know
KJ.
exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Kenny Johnson.
No, not Kenny Johnson, but he was nice too.
Kenny Johnson was nice.
Kenny
But, okay,
Johnson
back
played
to
for the Nets, but
Back to the Russell and Stockton. That'll be because Stockton is just an assist guy.
what?
I'm not saying that's just his thing, but that's his MO. Like,
No, he's pass first.
That's
If
what
that's
I'm
what
saying.
you're trying to say. Okay.
so
Shit, I could argue Russ is pass first.
Yeah.
I mean, you definitely can.
We got to put more respect on Russ's name.
We do, Mr. Triple Double.
Well, I brought him up for a reason because he's a triple double king,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
right? But I can argue and say Stockton was more sufficient in everything
More
he did.
more efficient.
efficient. I mean,
right?
yeah. I'm sorry, but then Russ was because his turnover ratio
Yeah, I was
is
just
all
about
the
to,
way
I was
up
about
there.
to bring that up.
So as far as pure point guard, I would say he kind of fell in the sense that he has a more turnover ratio
With his
in
assists.
regards to assists, and as far as scoring, Stockton was a better jump shooter,
Mm-hmm.
but Russ is more athletic.
Way more.
And he led the league in scoring when you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got one, yeah.
So that's a thing.
I mean, but Stockton, like, he's way up there in like steals and like assists, like crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a lot of things.
It's
That's
tough.
what I'm saying, bro.
'Cause
So
look,
we
hey,
got to come down to championships to
Because
me.
you go to Brett Favre, we
See,
go to
at
football.
that point,
That's what I'm saying. Because it's like we talking about pure point guards. The only thing I think takes the next point guard over the top is the point that they either leading their team right,
right?
and when it comes down to who gonna carry them over, are they the one that's gonna carry their team over? I mean, other than that, it's championships. You know what I'm saying? What else do we got?
And then even that's tricky because
It's tricky.
That's the most team oriented stat
That's all I'm saying, bro.
of the whole
Because
situation.
every assist translate to points as well.
Right.
So it's like, where do we go with as far as pure point guard? Because I could say Jason Kidd was.
I was thinking Kid too. Kid is a top 10 for sure.
He's top 5 for me.
You can say that.
Jason
Not
Kidd
go-
was
He
mad.
might be 4 or 5, but
He was mean, man.
I have to think about everybody first.
Man, it's a
don't,
lot
don't,
of-
don't hold me on that.
Yeah.
Don't hold me on that.
All right, last thing, and I ain't even gonna stay on it too long. Shout out Joel Embiid for getting that MVP. I believed in you, young nigga.
We all did. MVP status, MVP.
Yes, sir.
He
You
better
deserve
thank
it.
Perkins.
You deserve it.
Carry the hell on.
Carry the hell on. You deserve it. Now you gotta prove it even more so, man. Don't lose this game 7.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
tomorrow, huh?
So who y'all taking?
I'm
I got
taking
Celtics.
76ers. I'm taking 76ers.
James Harden will James Harden.
I'm
If you know what I mean.
I think they lose, y'all.
I'm
Who lose?
76ers.
I do too.
I'm irrationally
Because of
Politics.
I'm irrationally taking the 76ers.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Irrationally. I irrationally took the Lakers. I still irrationally take the Lakers versus Denver. It's a little less irrational now. But it is what it is, man. I want to see Joel Embiid go further with this group. And I want to see Doc Rivers have some success with this group.
I want to see 76ers win, though.
I know why you're saying the Celtics will probably do it, but
Well,
you had one or two opportunities to close them out, man. Don't let the second.
Don't play with them.
Yeah, don't. We can't do.
Well, the thing is like
Somebody getting fired.
they got a hope.
traded.
They got a hope that Tatum do a Steph Curry with shots just not dropping.
No, they gotta make him.
Well, the thing is when
They kept him out the game all last game until the very end. That's a discipline situation right there.
Where the nigga got hot.
It
was the same defense.
It wasn't just the same defense.
It's the same defense. Them niggas look, bro. They defense
It
like
was strategically. It was the same defense.
Yeah.
Effort wise, it was not.
Yeah, absolutely. But
that's my thing.
No. You know what? No, it's the same. Cause them niggas, they late a lot of times. It's like they always like almost a step behind. But a lot of times, like, what's the point guard name? The young guy.
For who?
Maxey.
Okay.
Oh,
he be saving them a lot of times, bro.
He got that little spark, man.
Yeah. He give him that energy, bro. He give him that
but
energy.
He can be a detriment.
But I just mean like, because like that one shot Tatum hit when he hit the second one in the corner. What's name just did something that was just like, I just felt like, I know he was doing what he's doing, but it was a mistake because he dropped down too much. Mm-hmm. And so when they passed the ball over there to Tatum, and he did what he did, by the time he got the shot up, he jumped to try to block it, but it was like it was too late. It was too late. And that boy just started getting hot. That boy got hot.
No.
Hot tamale.
They also started getting the looks that they wanted specifically. They started getting running plays to get a smaller player. I want to say it might have been Maxey on Tatum so that he could get those shots off even with
No, they did.
coverage.
They went to two plays where he was trying to get Maxey on him, and then I think.
And that was after they saw the spark. After they allowed a window for him to see the ball go in the net once or twice.
With that second one.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Once they allowed that, the Celtics started to draw things up to really get him going.
Yeah, hit one from the wing. I was like, uh-oh.
And the 76ers just didn't even have enough time, or maybe they did.
No, they had way more time at that time.
I meant in terms of strategically reacting to the reaction that the Celtics had to Jason Tatum starting to heat up. They switched up what they were doing a little bit. Not
But see,
necessarily.
he started doing that LeBron stuff to where, like, they'll do that pick and roll, and then, he's calling on a certain player so he can get a certain matchup.
Yep.
That's
what I mean by the adjustment. There wasn't enough time, or maybe there was, but it didn't get made fast enough to adjust to this new, what they were doing.
I can't remember if they did. I
They
had to look
didn't.
at it, yeah.
They didn't, bro. They just went down the toilet. You know what I'm saying? They just...
Yeah, no, I'm thinking
Because
about
they had
it.
the game, and then, that happened, and it happened so fast to them, there was no recovering from it. It was like...
Gots to do better.
Yeah, so now they just got to prevent that. Like, you got to keep one of them guys from getting rhythm, just like we did Clay. Y'all got a big man that can defend. I don't know if he can defend the wing as good as AD, but you got to keep them shooters out of rhythm.
Man, that man arms long.
Yes, they are. Long arm of the law. Anyway, man, shout out all the Thundercats, man. This was a great episode. I can't wait to title it Thundercats.
Thundercats.
Ho! You haven't done it with this shit.
You got another one to share.
Yeah. But all right, man.
Thunderdogs.
Thunderdogs, Lord have mercy.
Shout out.
No shout out to the Thunderdogs.
Thunderdogs. Watch it, Wanky.
The underdog and the Thunderdog.
Thundercats and Thunderdogs. I'm gonna draw a picture of that.